Okay then guys, what is going on? Cloud Plays here and welcome back to another video here on the channel. And today we're inside of Starfield where we've got a load of information for you guys, including Starfield getting left out to dry at the Game Awards, which is an absolutely baffling one given that the level of intensity this game holds inside of the quote-unquote hype room. Next up we have got the Starfield Explorer that discovers something a little bit airy, to say the least. We'll get into that a little bit more in just a second. Then we have got a few things to cover, including Celsius, yes, degrees in Celsius, and some cool interesting things that you may not have known, with a funny post to end the video. Now if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on, it'd be greatly appreciated. On top of that, check out our sponsor Advanced GG, the #1 clinically proven energy supplement on the market. My favourite flavour is cherry vanilla, but you guys can catch an array of flavours via the link in the description and use code CLOUD at checkout for a cheeky discount. With that being said, let's dive on into today's video. So, Starfield being left out in the dry by the Game Awards, and even dedicated fans are not terribly surprised. Now, Starfield was primed to go galactic in the steady countdown to its launch, and it was the first big mainline Bethesda RPG in a while. It was big and ambitious, and one small step for Bethesda as a studio, and one giant leap for gamer kind. But post-launch though, that hype cooled significantly. What we got was more Bethesda standing in place while gamerkind just shuffled around in a circle, wondering how the studio still hadn't put together a good inventory system yet again. But that's not to say that Starfield's a bad game or anything, it's just one of the more stable Bethesda launches by far. Now me myself, I have enjoyed a good few days worth of gameplay at this point, nothing too deep, maybe around 100 hours worth, but as an overall it just isn't really at its main standing point that it should have been based on the hype that it received. But still, it's been left to drift in space at the Game Awards, only scoring nomination among its 31 categories, which feels like it should be more of an upset than it actually is. After all, there was meant to be a genre-defining RPG. Skyrim is built space-bound, like prime Game of the Year material, but it never broke the atmosphere. Now what more, no one even seems all that surprised, least of all the people who actually like it. In the Starfield subreddit, a thread announcing the game's absence from the Game of the Year category and over 8,000 upvotes is flooded with shrugging shoulders and sad sighs. I really enjoy the love of Starfield, but I'm not terribly surprised, which is what a few people actually managed to put in there. Further comments sing the same sorry tune, and there seems to be quite a lot in there, but things are not just as nonchalant over here on Twitter as well, in a series of quote tweets from Kotaku's story on the game only nudging to one category. Most people who enjoyed the game weren't shocked. Granted, there was more dissenting voices to be heard here. Now, since Twitter doesn't really bother to organize quote tweets based on likes, but the ones gaining any sorts of traction are joining the unbothered chorus. Now, this is a problem for the game because realistically, we went over this in the last one, the fact that it managed to get Xbox Games of the Year, and in the overall look at things, there wasn't really many games to actually compete against. The fact that it didn't make it as an overall into the nominations for Game of the Year doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Let me know what your guys' opinions are down in the comment section, but I feel like this might be a unanimous overcall so far. On top of that though, Starfield Explorer discovers alien cockroaches that suck the air out of the room, and this turns out space cockroaches are somehow worse than Earth cockroaches. Now, an intrepid Starfield Explorer has reported the discovery of a unique breed of alien predator that suffocates its prey by sucking oxygen from the local atmosphere. Now, there was a mission inside of the game where they actually get spoken about, and this guy actually went ahead and went looking for it. Once he actually found it though, the Redditor also made sure to check that the oxygen bleed was coming from the space cockroach attacks rather than the status effect that caused players to shed the precious gas upon taking damage. And of course, no creature on Earth is capable of performing such a feat biologically, but the attack hardly feels out of place in Starfield's sci-fi universe, where xeno-warfare is an established historical reality. Now, they believe that they may have found another of Saturn's alien monsters, and this time in the form of a massive creature with near near impenetrable armor on the planet Archimedes 3, which literally hundreds of worlds to explore. Starfield's in-game universe is certain to play host to secrets and weird alien life forms that will keep dedicated digital explorers busy for years to come. It's absolutely mental that we've got some of these things in here that we are still to this day only just finding. Now, I'm sure there are a lot of people who have found some of these things that just don't post up on Reddit or are not a part of the online community, but as an overall, it's kind of hilarious that we're still seeing new things on here. One thing which is quite interesting though that you may not have known, and we thought we'd add into the video just as a little bit of an added bonus, was this Reddit post right here with 1.1 thousand upvotes stating this might be common knowledge already, but I realized there are blocked pathways that you can knock down with the cutter and explosives, and as you can see via these screenshots, it should look like that should be the case, although the amount of people I can imagine have gone up to it, tried punching it, turned around and walked away. This is actually... Now apparently there is one of these in the first room where you find your artifact, the first artifact you come across just under the bridge where Keller and Lynn wait for you at. So if you haven't already gone ahead and done that one, go ahead and check it out. You never know, there may be something really bloody interesting in there. 9 times out of 10 though, when it comes to Bethesda and Starfield, they seem to have these little things where they put them in with a hidden room behind a wall or a really hard to pick lock-picked chest to hold absolutely jack sod all in the room or in the chest behind it. It's actually really frustrating for me because I've seen so many things where I've tried to pick a lock and I've managed to get through it, used a load of digipicks, and then just had nothing in the box whatsoever. Did you guys know about this one? Let me know via the comment section below. Now this one right here is a Reddit post with 6.2 thousand upvotes, and it doesn't actually surprise me. The guy's actually really clever. Bethesda doesn't understand Celsius. I am not getting frostbite inside a full spacesuit at -10 degrees. Neither is Barrett freezing to death shit. Here I am walking around my neighborhood in jeans, t-shirt, runners, and a jacket at -10 degrees for an hour without frostbite or hypothermia. Is there some insane suit penetrating wind on the atmosphere free moon that I'm not aware of? It's also really hard to lose heat without a medium. -10 is not that cold. -10 without clothes, yes. -10 in a medium like water, absolutely. But we are wearing spacesuits. Now obviously this is a game, but it still stands to the general logic that you guys would suspect. It makes absolutely no sense, and the numbers just don't always seem to match up. Some of which, when you are wandering around and you're kind of like being taken out by some sort of freeze, and then come across an outpost which has got somebody stood outside of it in just normal clothes and no mask, no helmet, no nothing, it does lead to question as to whether these guys have put any logic into the game whatsoever. It baffles me beyond belief. Let me know some more of your funny ones down in the comment section below, because I know I've seen a few comments previously where you guys have just hit a nail on the head with some things that definitely shouldn't be the case, and yet we're still happening to experience this side of this game. Before you say it, I know it's a game. It's obviously Bethesda's logic, but it doesn't mean that it's right. And to finalize this video, we have something hilarious from Reddit that you guys should go and put a comment on and just show some love to. Saw somebody post about crew members blocking the way, and I want to show how it's actually done. I'm a professional and I've been training months, and this clip is absolutely hilarious. For some reason, they generally tend to put the crew in the most ridiculous places and just make it so that you can't get past them no matter how hard you actually bloody try. So let me know if you guys are suffering from this, and I mean, this guy just actually doesn't prove anything. This clip is way too long to kind of show that this is it's a normal thing. But hopefully you have enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. Appreciate your faces, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.